So last night, after 15 years, the Colonel walks into my office. It made me take a good hard look at myself. Maybe I have hit bottom, and maybe I do look like hell. Lord knows the only exercise I've had lately is tipping a bottle and flipping cards into my hat. I gotta find some work. Contrary to what the Colonel might think, I'm as good a detective as he ever was. Now I just gotta prove it. I'm gonna scare up a job today, even if it means finding somebody's lost puppy. Nothing in here. This is probably the only writing utensil that works in the whole office. This here is my favorite. Nothing in here but a stamp. Nothing in here but a stamp. CrimeLink computer is the only valuable piece of equipment left in the office. By entering suspect information like height, weight, and hair color, I can access the suspect's personal files. I spent weeks earning this baby. Best 20 bucks I ever spent. The UI of U was the only place that would accept me. Half the course credit was earned by locating the university. Oh, great. Another incoming message that won't print out. If I don't get a new fax machine, I'll be out of business. Great-great-grandpa Murphy made it through the Depression by teaching cha-cha lessons to rich older women. He made thousands before the authorities found out he had no formal training. The office was actually a dance studio before I moved in, and Latin dancing is a Murphy family tradition. Oh boy, mail. Oh boy, mail. Pre-approved electronic shop credit card application addressed to the previous occupant. Just needs to be signed, stamped, and mailed. I need to run this thing down to the auto post box on the street. My gun. I love it so much! The old trusty sidearm. Been with me since the beginning. You want this sound? Bam, bam! Hey, bam, bam, bam! Bam! Bam, bam! Bam! And you! Hey, Sonny, can you help me out? My girlfriend threw my gun out of the window. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just pick it up and, hey, don't point that thing up here. That's not a toy, you know. Oh my hell. No matter how bad things got, I always had my gun. Now I've lost that too. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those days. My phonograph's an old family heirloom. I love to play the classics. Kool and the Gang, Peaches and Herb. That's the door to the... The air outside feels thick, like I'm breathing through a pair of dirty gym socks. It's a high radiation day. Most everyone will be staying inside, but I need to hunt for some work. I always like to start the day with the traditional PI breakfast. That hits the spot. Chelsea's a hot one. I hear she's a mutant, but it doesn't show. The only weird thing about her is she won't go out with me. Chelsea Bando's the kind that could hold her own with anyone, but she has a way of turning my knees to jelly. She's a mutant just like everyone else in this part of town, but she's a real beauty.
Well, hello, stranger.
Hey, sweetheart. Know anyone who could use my services today?
Well, I guess that depends on which services we're talking about, big guy.
Well, duh. I guess you forgot. I'm a PI.
Well, you know, Tex, you just might have a chance to show how good a PI you are. Had you heard that Rook's place got robbed?
No, I didn't. What do you know about it?
Yeah, you know, I remember Rook told me about the burglary. You know, I remember a stranger hanging around the past couple of days. It might be a dead end, but I seem to remember that the guy had bright green eyes and a tattoo of an anchor on his arm. Oh, you know me, Tex. I'm just making ends meet. Rook acts like a tough guy, but he's a softie. Just don't tell him that to his face.
Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. He's a crusty old World War III vet with a face like a raisin and a tongue like a butcher's cleaver.
What do you want, Murphy?
Looks like someone didn't get enough fiber in his breakfast this morning.
Shut up, Murphy. The last thing I need right now is a yappy-mouthed wise guy.
You know, I'll bet you haven't had enough coffee today either.
Look, Murphy, I've had a bad enough morning without you doing your comic routines.
Last night someone broke into my pawn shop. I don't usually have anything of great value, but yesterday I gave out a fair amount of cash for an extremely valuable diamond bracelet.
My deductive powers tell me the bracelet's no longer on the premises.
Brilliant work, Murphy.
Sorry, Rook. I guess I shouldn't be joking.
I guess you shouldn't. Anyway,
The bracelet was pawned by a young girl named Emma Nimpton. She said she hated to hawk a family heirloom, but had no choice. She said she would reclaim the bracelet in a month. Well, since the bracelet was worth 10 times the 8,000 I loaned her, it was a good deal for me.
What was your impression of the girl?
she seemed real nice. I don't know what I'm going to tell her. I called her this morning, but a line is disconnected.
Have you contacted the police?
No, the police are a waste of time, and I can't afford to hire a decent PI.
I guess this means you don't consider me good enough to help track down the bracelet?
I'd appreciate your help. I'm not a rich man, but if you find the bracelet, I'll owe you a few favors, which could come in handy. Come back here and I'll show you where they broke in.
Rook takes me out back and shows me where the burglar broke in. The back window is busted out and the latch is ripped. It's a sloppy job. As I start my investigation, I'm looking for information to enter into my crime-link computer back at the office. One thing's for sure, Emma Nimpton won't be one of the suspects' names. Every PI worth his salt knows that's not my name spelled backwards. Looks like a shoe print is outlined in that sticky pool of something resembling chocolate. Footprints about a size 14. Like Rook always says, you can cut corners here and there, but there's nothing like a quality garbage can. Looks like a key of some kind. Shard of glass must have come from that broken window. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Looks like whoever broke into Rook's window left one of his hairs behind. Apparently our burglar is a Carrot Top. These are empty jumbo-sized cans of Camel's chunky chocolate soup. Good. An empty bottle of evanescent spring water for those with a higher class of thirst. Whoever uses these garbage cans is either a terrible shot or a it's one of those basketballs they used to give away at Weenie World. 10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled. The baby rum wrapper looks like it was left recently. Yep. Well, that staircase looked really hard. Hey, this door's just painted on. Wow, a recyclable paper can. Finally, a glimmer of ecological responsibility. I didn't know Rook cared. Whoa! This antique boombox worked. I bet it'd only play the Bee Gees. This old relic probably hasn't worked in years. Hey, there are batteries in here. I wonder if these still work. Tingly tongue. Still got juice. Well, I'll be darned. Except for the filth and stench, the interior isn't much different than the average studio apartment. In fact, it's nicely furnished. Someone's been living here, and I wonder if he saw anything. Oh, I would... Francesca Lucido makes the spiciest pizza in the city. The only thing spicier than her cooking is her imagination. And right now she seems to have a thing for me.
Well, it's that a handsome P.I. Tex Murphy. Have you come to take me away?
How'd you guess? You must have seen my white horse hitched to the railing out front.
Oh my, Mr. Murphy, you certainly know how to excite a girl.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, Mrs. Lucido. But I'm here on business.
Oh, pooh! All business and no pleasure makes even a private dick a dull boy. What do you want? I heard that Rook's place got robbed. It scares me to death. There's so much crime in this part of the city. Rook is a tough old geezer. I've known him ever since we opened the slice of heaven back in 32, but I can't say I know him very well. Well, I was hoping you'd get around to ask about me. I'm just a lonely, hot-blooded woman who needs the love of a good, strong man. Can't help you, Tex.
Well, this is a section of the Bay City Mirror. It's a weekly newsletter that covers local goings-on written by mutants for mutants. I'd subscribe if they had a comics page. Louis Lament. The Brew and Stew is run by Louis Laments, a bloated mutant with a heart bigger than his waistline. Everyone comes to Louis's cafe. So does all the street talk. If something's going on, Louis knows about it.
What can I do for you, Mike?
About a pitcher of beer and the love of a good woman, Louis.
I can't help you with the woman, Mike. Yeah, no problem with the beer, though. Put it on your tab?
Sure. I'll take a beer over women anyway. It's easier to stomach.
Spoken like a true philosopher, Mike. A cold beer is truly one of life's simpler pleasures. He's one of the few norms besides you who's eaten here. Seems like a typical cop. A little dim, and not too concerned about what happens in the mutant sections of town. Ever since the crusade started up, the relations between norms and mutants has gone to pot. I've had rocks thrown through my windows, graffiti sprayed on the bricks outside. There's not much I can do, though. Rook's been robbed before, but he's never had anything really valuable taken. This is gonna set Rook back for a while. Too bad the cops have turned a blind eye. Rook's an ornery old cuss, but me and him are old buddies. We fought in the big war together. He's one person you can trust in these troubled times. Chelsea acts tough, but she has to be with all the scum around. And she's as smart as she is pretty. She knows a lot of what goes on in the shadows of this city. Yeah, things are a little slow, but I'm getting by. Having to lay off some of my kitchen help hurt my pride more than anything.
The Postal Service has gotten much faster since the stamp price went to $10. I should get my credit card back tomorrow morning. Oh, looks like Mr. Bum is home for the evening.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm looking for some information regarding the robbery at Brooks last night.
Well, there are thieves everywhere. Someone just stole my radio. Sure, it was busted, but it was all I had. Man, who would stoop to robbing the homeless?
Whoever it was must be a real jerk.
Boy, you said it. Now why don't you get lost? I've got to look for my radio.
Oh.
Oh, no. No.
Look, I'll do you a favor. If you're free Thursday, I'll take you to the Chocoholics Anonymous meeting.
Spare me the insults, tough guy. If you got something to say, spill it.
Well, I was just doing a little amateur sleuthing.
God, you are a pest! This isn't a good time.
What do you mean, go insane? Seems to me you're already there.
How do you get lost before you eat that chocolate-colored hat of yours?
Well, I think the Chocoholics Anonymous could do wonders for you.
How do you get lost?
Louis Lament.
What can I get you?
You want to try a slice of my chocolate pie? I can get you a piece to go if you like.
Oh.
This isn't a good time for a social call, punk. If I don't get her fixed soon, I'll go insane! Dory me paso lot to do!
I don't make a practice of helping out addicts, but I think I've got something that will ease the pain.
Don't hold out on me, man. If you've got something, let's have it. Praise heaven! You've brought the ambrosia of life. Ask me anything you want. I saw someone prowling around the back of the pawn shop last night. It was so dark, I didn't get a good look at him, but I could tell he was huge. Probably 6'3" or 6'4", about 300 pounds. Brooke, he leaves me alone. Can't ask for more than that.
My trust... I haven't seen Mac Malden since the Martian Memorandum case. I remember him as a surly, incompetent, fat-nosed cop. As I step into his office, I can see he's changed. His nose is even bigger.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy. I figured you'd be dead by now.
I could say the same about you. When's the last time you had your cholesterol checked?
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
What you need is San Francisco's best detective on the case.
Yeah? I asked him to help out, but he's busy. Now shove off! Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
don't mean to bother you, but I'm still stuck on this case.
Sure you are. Probably a case of cheap scotch.
Tell you what, help me solve this case I'm working on, and I'll buy you a scotch. And not the cheap stuff.
Bribing a cop, eh, Murphy? Get out of here. Can't you find some?
No, because I really like to watch your face turn red.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the mayor's office is all...
Sounds like we might be looking for the same burglar. Let's compare notes, old buddy.
No chance, Murphy. I don't... Can't you find...
I was planning on it, but you know I couldn't find your sister or your mom.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy?
Listen, I'm working on a burglary case and I'm looking for a lead.
You and me both, Seamus. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of...
So you and your crack team of detectives have no leads?
Of course we have leads, you pots. We know he's a Norm, Caucasian, and has AB-negative blood. That narrows down our list of suspects to about 1 million. Now get out of my hair. I got work to do.
CrimeLink computer. That's the door. Chelsea's a...
Hi, Tex. How's the investigation going? Is there anything I can do to help? Wish I could help you there, Tex. Oh, I remember Rusty. He had a kid show on TV when I was young. I hated the show. That clown makeup always scared me. Oh yeah, I know Beak. If you want to talk to him, you might try hanging out around Coy Tower.
I walk up the steps to Coy Tower and spot a small figure lurking in the shadows. In the half-light, I can see only the person's profile, but it's definitely Beak. As I walk towards him, he glances around, then approaches me warily, like a vegetarian sizing up a pot pie.
What are you staring at?
You must be Beak Nerys.
Huh? Yeah, that's me. But I ain't smelled you before. Who are you?
I'm a friend of Chelsea Bando. She told me I could probably find you nosing around up here.
Yeah, Chelsea. Good egg. Nice looker. So, what do you want?
She said you might give me a lead on who robbed Rook's pawn shop.
Maybe yeah, maybe no. What you gonna give me for the info? Okay, I can use this. My nose has started sagging lately. Makes it hard to breathe. Now, what kind of info you looking for, hmm? McFlam's rap sheet would take a day to read. He's a fat scum, and he's an idiot to boot. That's why he's always getting caught. He's been busted for burglary, mail fraud, arson, you name it. Everyone knows he operates out of the Snow White warehouse, but don't tell him. Rick's pawn shop was robbed by a two-bit crook named Mick Flam. He and his girlfriend have knocked off half a dozen pawn shops over the past month. The girl goes to a pawn shop and hawks a bracelet for a decent amount of cash. Then Flam breaks into the pawn shop and steals the bracelet, along with anything else he finds. I think he's dead, and I'll bet Mick Flam had something to do with it. Word was the two of them were smuggling illegal novelty items from Hong Kong, and Rusty crossed Flam. Ever since Rusty disappeared, Flam has had a terrible fear of clowns. Bozophobia. I once saw Flam pretty drunk, and he said he had nightmares of Rusty's ghost coming back to haunt him from the grave. He was completely terrified.
Looks like a welcome mat, but when it's on the doorstep of a novelty shop, you can never be too careful. Whoa, a key. Rusty the... Just a couple of... A mask of the king? That's blasphemy! This wig probably sells well during the Bay Area Yodeling Festival. Whoa! For a second there, I thought someone had decapitated Inspector Burns and left his head on the floor. What a great mask. These weapons are all made of plastic. All bark and no bite. They're completely useless. Well, I have no idea what I'd ever do with a stacking ring, but what the... Why, it's Mr. Sloppy Lasagna Eater. Oh, this is a scary mask. Looks like my 4th grade teacher. Apparently, Rusty was very fond of empty cardboard boxes. It's a Rusty Clown life-size doll. Wow! It's a dead ringer for... Oh, no pun intended. Cool. Plastic dart crossbow. It'll make a nice addition to my non-violent weapon collection. Looks like some kind of in-house television.
Hi, kids, it's me, Inspector Burns. And as we all know, fire can be our friend, but fire can be our foe. So many times, fire starts so carelessly. And what can fires do? Fires burn you. Never, never light matches. No, no, no. Fire is dangerous. Fire made me look like this. Do you want to look like me? No, no, no. Don't look like Inspector Burns. don't play with matches.
Inspector Burns. I always thought he was a freak, but the kids love him. So does Ardo. Ooh, a small nozzle. Probably a helium dispenser used for... Maybe this key fits in that employees only door. A balloon strategically located near the water faucet. Looks like Rusty didn't go down without a fight. Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know about film processing. A plastic suction dart can be formidable ammo in the hands of an expert like myself. Why in the world would Rusty keep a barrel of toxic acid? Oh, Lordy. So this is where Rusty ended up. What a way to go. I'm willing to bet he didn't crawl in here on his own. Someone murdered him. That door leads... If Flem is working out of this warehouse, it looks like he got careless. If this is Mick Flem's hangout, he'll probably be back soon. Lock. Crate smells like laundry soap. Apparently some fireman dropped off his uniform to be cleaned and forgot to... This must be the power box for the warehouse. Locked. That hook looks pretty heavy duty. This key must fit a lock. Hopefully this is... The sound is... The heavy footsteps I hear must be flying. Damn, I'm good. This has to be Rook's bracelet. Mick ran off without his keys. I'll bet at least a locked box within a locked box. It must contain... The strong box is too sturdy to break open. I'll need the key. What do we have here? Unless I miss my guess, this is jade. It's good quality, too.
I'm telling you, it's impossible. It can't be done. I've tried everything.
The prophecy is very clear. We can't go on until this step is completed. Surely your unique skills give you opportunity?
My ability has gotten us nowhere. Capricorn got there before me. They're always one step ahead of me. It's like they can read my mind.
We can't let them stop us. Maybe we can use your skills on someone else. I've made inquiries, and if he hasn't gotten himself killed, maybe he's just what we need. Murphy. Tex Murphy.